What's going on, guys? Mr. Jones coming at you again. So today we're going to talk about task 3.3. You'll notice at the top of the screen it says it's a practice understanding task, which means we've done a whole bunch of these now and we're going to practice our skills. So this video is not going to be very long. If you need more explanation, go back and watch the last couple videos where it talks about all these things. But notice where my mouse is moving, that we need the key features. So for each graph, determine if the relationship represents a function. Remember the vertical line test? Okay, if you have 2 points, 2 y values for a single x value, you know it's not a function, right? So the vertical line test, if you can go up and down, you can hit 2 points, then it's not going to be a function. And then you also have to state that if it is a function, state the key features of the function. Okay, so here's all the key features right here. Okay, let's go over them. So intercepts, that's x and y intercepts. So intercepts is x and y. Okay, x and y. Okay, x-intercepts are going to be some number, comma 0, and the y-intercepts are going to be 0, comma some number. So that's how those should be written. Intervals where the function is increasing or decreasing. So again, you write increasing, and then you tell me from some number, low number to high number, maybe brackets, maybe parentheses. So if you don't know about those, go look at your notes about when to use brackets and when to use parentheses. That's increasing and decreasing, okay? Or you can put from some number to some number. Okay, the next part is where's the max and min. So remember, those are your y values. And those are just going to be some number. Okay, so those come from your y values. So you guys should be using your notes that Mr. Norman gave you the video on and that digital document, or using your composition books. Hopefully you guys wrote a bunch of good stuff in there as well. The next thing is domain and range. I'm not sure what it means by symmetries, so you guys can cross this out. Okay, go ahead and cross out symmetries. But domain and range, we should be able to do. So remember, domain is all possible x values, and that's where you have to use brackets and parentheses. So for example, if it's negative infinity, then you use a parenthesis, and if it goes to like 8, then maybe you'd use a bracket, but that's how domain and range would look. So make sure you guys have your notes for that. Okay, this is what your paper should look like, with obviously a bunch more because I skipped some stuff. Okay, go ahead and I'm going to put this in the video. Okay, skip number 4 and number 5. You can cross those off and not do them. All right, also on number 1, I want you to look at my mouse. This should be a closed dot where my mouse is at the -3. This should be a closed dot, and this down here on the 4 over here is an open dot. So make sure you got that. Number 2 is pretty obvious. Number 3 is pretty obvious. Go back down. Case 6 needs some good stuff. So on the bottom of the graph here on 6, I want you to put a closed dot, and on the top of the graph right here, I want you to put an arrow. So draw an arrow at the top where my mouse is moving, and a closed dot at the bottom where my mouse is moving. Okay, number 7 is pretty good. It has some gaps, so be careful. You're going to have gaps in your answers also, especially for increasing and decreasing. And be aware of all the closed dots, all the intercepts. Okay, you can have more than one x-intercept or more than one y-intercept. And then the table, you can get the most help from the floating down the river problem that we did, because there was someone in that problem that used a table. So remember, if you're looking at x values or if you're looking at y values and how to do the answer there. And so then you should be good to go. For example, if you want to know where you're increasing or decreasing, if I go start here at the 2, to get to -3, did I decrease or increase? Well, my number got smaller, so I decreased. But then to get from -3 to 0, I increased, and increased. So you see how you could use the table. All right, guys, I promised a short video. That's the entire task. It's a practice task. There's a lot of work for you to do, so I'm going to let you get to it. Have a great day.